Hi guys, Stephen Daniel Cacmac from McConnell Bourne. The winter period is finally over, and Artarmon was very quiet over what we've been seeing the rest of the marketplace, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had a pretty quiet, cold and quiet winter, and that's reflected in the number of transactions we saw in the Artarmon market. We saw 14 sales for the last quarter,
for the quarter,
right?
for the winter period. The interesting thing is there was only 14 townhouses and apartments that sold. But we look back at the same period for last year and there was 31 sales. So less than half the properties have actually transacted. What does that mean? That means there's a lot of pent-up demand for properties in the area because they're just not coming up as frequently as they used to. Look, the average sale price has come back a little bit. This time last year, the average sale price in Artarmon was around about $1 million. That's come back to about $950. The interesting thing to note, though, is the days on market have been more or less the same, if anything, a little bit shorter. So, yeah.
With the change in the average sale price, what we're finding with our boots on the ground, we're noticing a lot of conversations we're having with buyers is the biggest issue is people are feeling a bit of a pinch with the credit crunch at the moment in getting their finance approved. Hence, it's made them a little bit cautious when they're out there house hunting. So there's still demand out there, but that's probably affected some buyers' capacity to push the prices back to where they were this time last year. Interesting thing is, as we've said, there's still great demand. I mean, we've kicked off into the spring season now. There's currently 17 apartments and townhouses on the market right now in Artarmon.
That's right. Only 5 of them are actually in campaign, which means 5 of them have got an auction sort of looming or they're pending within that first 4-week period. And we've still been getting some really, really good interest coming through. I mean, I'm not sure if you noticed on our last property that we sold, a lot of investors are now coming back into the market. Now, I don't know if that's a general thing, but we're definitely seeing that in Artarmon. It feels as though that there's still really, really good demand from the investment market as well, not necessarily from a yield, but from a long-term capital growth perspective.
So we're having these great conversations with our buyers at the moment to say, look, if you're out there looking, now's the time. There's so much opportunity out there.
And so little to choose from.
Absolutely, and that's pushing a lot of competition back into our open homes in the Artarmon market. But look, if you were looking at getting your home prepared or you wanted to have a chat about what's involved in the sale pre-Christmas, now's probably the time to get things ready. And as such, we're actually going to be putting together some really exciting videos around tips for preparing your home, talking with local tradespeople. If there's a particular topic or content you want us to cover off on, feel free to shoot us an email. We're happy to do an interview with the relevant tradesperson to give you that information. Or if you just want to have a chat, feel free to reach out to Dan or I, and we look forward to catching up with you soon.
Thanks and have a great weekend.